Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Greg with Ideal Trading Ideas, and as you can see, we have GE or General Electric up on the screen. This is their website, and we're going to go right into this, right? So, advancing the future of energy, GE is committed to tackling the world's biggest challenges and believes that climate change is one of the most pressing issues we face today, right? So, just looking at the top of the page, we have our different tabs: news, investors, about us, careers, business, and once again, my favorite tab is investors, right? Or investors relations. We go down to financial news, SEC filings, which is my favorite tab under that because it tells you pretty much everything you need to know about a company, what they're filing to the Security and Exchange Commissions, right? So always click on that to get any other information you need to know, but obviously annual reports, proxies, governance, shareholder services, and then if you want to contact them, right? So what we're going to do is kind of scroll down to see what else they have. You have GE Today, aviation, power, healthcare, renewable energy, and all businesses, right? Everything they pretty much are involved in. We're going to move forward, take a look at our Robinhood platform just to see what GE is at. $13.65 today, down 10 cents. At the closing hours, or negative 0.73%, and after hours they're up 2 cents or positive 0.15% after hours. We're going to go through the chart really quick. 1 week chart, down 51 cents or negative 3.60%. 1 month chart, up 38 cents or positive 2.82%. 3 month chart, up 96 cents or positive 7.57%. 1 year chart, up $6.59 or positive 93.34%, and the 5-year chart down $16.35 or negative 54.50%, right? As we scroll down a little lower, you see that I don't own any shares in GE. I don't like to mislead anybody, so that's why I do this. I tell you whether or not I own shares or not. And we can pretty much click on show more so we can get a little bit more information. And as you can see, their 52-week low is at $14.42, and their 52-week high, 52-week high is $14.42, and the 52-week low is $5.93. We have it right there, right? So as we scroll up and take a look, we're at $13.65. So we're not too far away from their 52-week high, right? You know, basically $1, you know, or a little bit less than $1. So we really don't have an opportunity, at least to me. I don't really see an opportunity right now to buy just by looking at these charts. You know, I like to kind of dig a little deeper, so we'll get to that as we move forward. So what we're going to do is move forward into our TradingView platform just to take a look. Once again, we have overviews, ideas, technicals, financials, and index component. They have an upcoming earnings report on July 16th. EPS is negative 0.14, market cap of 119 billion, and the dividend is 0.29. Dividend sucks, guys. Anyway, we're gonna kind of scroll through real quick and just take a look at, you know, your ideas section, technicals, financials, price history, dividends, balance sheets, margins, income statement, and operating matrix, right? These are the top authors, and these are people's ideas, right? So this person right here came out June 3rd of an idea that it was gonna go long, and this person says short, they believe it's gonna go down. This was done on May 31st. They're pretty long. So in order for you to actually get into those ideas, you just want to kind of click right there and it'll open up, and I'll pretty much show you. This person's idea is now open, and you pretty much get to see where they believe it may go, right? So maybe around the $18 range is where that this particular person feels like the stock may go. We can just close up out of that. We'll kind of scroll back up, and what I'll do is say, hey, click on trade now, which will bring you to your actual chart. This is my weekly chart. I have all the mock-ups already done, right? And I have pretty much did it back to 2017, right? So 2017, we have a high of $30.53. 2017 low is at $16.56. 2018 high is at $18.60, which is pretty much what that person is saying they believe GE is probably going to go. And the low is right around that $6.36 range. Going to 2019, and we see we have a high of about $13.24 and a low of about $7.64. 2020, we have a high of about maybe 13 Make sure. Yeah, about 13.62, and a low of about $5.42, which means that 2020 would have been the best time for you to get into GE at that low. And obviously we see where it kind of just gapped up between here and here, and it's been riding the wave on up, right? So this is 2021. You can see that I have a small resistance line or short-term resistance line set up, and we can kind of open it up a little bit more so you guys can see what's going on. This resistance line is set up at 1442. So pretty much GE has touched that line and it continues to drop back down. So it touched it one time before, which was right around the March time frame, and it collapsed and went all the way down here, right, or reversed. Finally made its way back up after being very shaky after a few months. Touched it again in May, and as you can see, the same thing is kind of happening. We're in June now, and it's making its way down. So I've kind of mocked up what I feel like could happen. GE could go back down and touch this resistance line, which is going to act as a support and make its way back up, right? It could break through this resistance line and we can see it head up again, or it could break right through this resistance line that's acting as a support and drop down even lower. And the reason why I have three different lines right here, because I'm pretty much saying that's a possibility it can drop down and then see a small reverse and use this resistance line as a resistance, which means that it could go right back down. And you can kind of pretty much see this at your 2020 resistance line. It may use that again if it drops below, right? And if it doesn't, it could continue to drop down to this resistance line, which is the line from 2019. As you can see, boom, hit that and then make its way back up and possibly get caught under the 2020 line. So it's a possibility we could see GE go higher and see that 1656 area that some people are talking about, or it's a possibility that GE could go down in value. I don't think it's going to drop lower than this area right here. If it does, right around the $11 range, just depending on the news. So what we're going to do is kind of move forward and take a look at what the analysts are saying on E-Trade, right? So analyst price targets $14, average price target or 1.16% upscale. The high is $17 and the low is $5, right? In the last 3 months, 12 ranked analysts set 12-month price targets for GE. The average price target amongst the analysts is $14. Analysts compare their price target to the current market price of the stock to determine how much potential upside or downside movement there could be in the stock price. So once again, you see the price target 17, 14, 5. Scroll down and take a look at the different analysts and when they actually put that out there. So we have a guy from Merrill Lynch, Citigroup, Barclays, $15, $17, $16 is their price target, $17. And you obviously can click on any one of these articles and read up what they're saying, right? So we're going to push forward and click on our NASDAQ website to get a quick look at their dividend history, right? So they have an ex-dividend date of March 5th, 2021, dividend yield of 0.29, which sucks, annual dividend of 4 cents and no PE ratio as of right now, right? So we like to take a look at what happened during the pandemic. Obviously, they paid out all 4 quarters in the pandemic, but it was only 1 cent. So if you get into GE and you're thinking about getting dividends, hey, you're probably going to be disappointed because they're only paying 1 cent, and they've been paying 1 cent since 2018, right? Maybe the fourth quarter of 2018. So the first 3 quarters they were paying out 12 cents, and then going into 2017, as you can see, they were paying out 24 cents. So in the past they paid out much more money. Now they're not paying anything in terms of the dividend. So it wouldn't be a great stock to enter into for a dividend purpose. So let's go back and kind of see why we would possibly enter into GE, right? So we're going to go back to our Robinhood website. And once again, just taking a look at the monthly chart, maybe I would consider going in at 13.25 or something like that, or around that price range, or even lower. But I like to look at my options, and let's go into trade GE options, right? So right now, if we decided to do a sell put, we would go down to about $13.50. They would give us $4 for that particular deal. That's pretty much saying, hey, I'm willing to buy GE for $13.50, 100 shares, obviously. and which means they're going to put $1,350 to the side for us. And once GE does go down to $1,350, we'll purchase those shares, but they'll give us $4 for this particular deal. This will expire today, because today is June 11th, right? If you decide to go out in time, let's say June 25th, you may have more strike prices, right? So if you went with $1,350 for June 25th, they'll give you 26 up front. Went with $13, would be $1,300 sent to the side. They'll give you 11, $1,250, meaning the price dropped down even lower to that strike price. They'll give you 5. They'll give you 2, 3. Knowing me, if I was to do this particular trade, I would pick the $11.50 strike price and just take the $3 that they're offering me. Just with the hopes that G is going to drop down to that $11.50 price range. We don't know if that's going to happen, but I would probably pick that because I would feel like that's a better price to hit, obviously. But you obviously can go even further out in time to kind of see what's going on. Let's say July 30th and kind of see what they're willing to offer. Nothing under $11. So that's about $1,100 that you have sitting to the side, and it will give you $48 up front, right? So by July 30th, if GE is around $11 range, they'll give you $48 up front just for that deal. Now, if you decided to just make a move today and buy at $13.65, what could you do? You obviously could do a sell call. You could, do it for the day if you want to try to get off of the shares, and you're not going to get offered much money, as you can see. Let's try to sell at $14, buy at $13.65, try to sell at $14. They'll give you 2 cents or $2 up front. If you moved it to June 18th, which is next week, they'll give you $10 up front for trying to sell at 14 or $14.50. I know most people will probably say, man, but that's not a lot of money, $13.65 to 14. That's not a lot of money in the leeway, right? Maybe around, 35 cents, something like that, which would be $35 for you if you sold off at 14, plus the $10 that it gave you right there, right? So about $45. Not a lot of bread. So that's why you kind of push it off. Some people like to do it a monthly type deal. They'll give you $18 right here. Or if you didn't want to take the 14 strike, you would just take the $14.50 strike. Because remember, you have people saying that their average, they believe that the average, at least the analysts are saying, the average is going to be around that $14 strike price, right? Between 14, 14.50, and you have other people with their ideas thinking that it's going to be all the way up here at $17 plus, right? Or $16. So it's up to you to kind of figure out exactly what you want to do. I know for me, if I were buying at $16.30 or $13.65, I would definitely want to make as much money as possible. So I would, and at the same time, I would be looking at those strikes. So I probably would go with the $14.50 for the 9 just to see what's going on. And then, hey, as the price moves up, I would kind of make my decisions based off of that, right? So anyway, you do have choices in the marketplace. Just don't think, hey man, I buy at $13.65 and I'll just wait, for it to go up in value and don't get paid anything until it hits my price target of 14 or 14.50 or beyond. You can always go into the option area and you can decide to, buy your shares via puts or sell puts, or decide to buy your shares straight out and do sell calls and get a little bit of premium, which are these on the side, for what you're doing. So it's up to you what you feel like doing. If you don't understand this, we have other videos out there that show you exactly how to do and collect your premiums if this is what you're trying to do. Anyway, I'm not going to hold you on this video. Hopefully you learned something about GE and where I believe it should be going. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, but if anything I can do to help you, please let me know. Enjoy your day. And hey, please like, subscribe, comment on the channel. Have a good one. Bye.